What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James with Mint Hunter Comics, and my eBay has been kind of popping off lately, and I think I might have cracked the code. There's no need for me to be stingy. Let's tell everybody the secret. It's a couple things. First and foremost, this may not be for the entry-level eBay seller, but listen up because there's some really good tips in here once you get going. The first thing, if you have comics and you want to be an eBay seller, or if you have toys, anything really, this kind of works with any category, what you need to do is space them out. Last year, I figured out that if you start putting 5 posts a day instead of like 1 or 2, you're gonna have a lot more traction. And while that was true, it honestly wasn't good enough, and it was kind of not really easy to do that many. So instead, I have found that by putting maybe 10 up in one day, every 3 days, I have been getting much more traction. And then wait 3 days, do another 10, wait 3 days. That's when I get the most traction. And I'm noticing it's this day 2 after I put these 10 items up is when those new items, those new inventory will start to move. It kind of needs that day off to really get it going. And I want to reiterate, I was seeing a lot of growth when I was doing the 5 a day thing. But now that I've done this 10 and then wait 3 days, it's been even crazier. And it's nothing else is changing. It's not anything different. It's just this little tweak that I've been doing that's really made it boom. Maybe it's just specific to eBay's algorithm right now. It likes that. I can't say. Regardless, have the inventory. You could do the 5 a day, or you could do the 10 and then wait 3 days. And that's good, but I got one even better. This, I think, is finally me cracking the code after many years of being an eBay seller. I've never tried this before, and I think I never tried it because it was risky. And I'm going to reiterate, this might not be for the brand new eBay seller, but once you have a little experience and a little bit of decent inventory, this is where you can shine. Have one auction every day end at the same time every day. If you head to my eBay right now, you will see I have an 8 p.m. Eastern Time auction ending every single day. But here's the part that people get scared about. You want to actually put the good stuff at this auction. Now, I do not only free shipping, but $1 start. So it couldn't be scarier. It couldn't be more of a risk. But I'll tell you what type of stuff that you want to put up that's going to minimize that risk practically down to zero. Is I put 2 types of books up for $1 start with free shipping. Golden Age, or books that are scarce and there's an extremely limited amount of them. The Golden Age, let's choose a random slab. I find some random Golden Age slab and I put it up. A lot of Golden Age books, you might find that there's only like 15 to like 30 of them on the census in any grade. Some of these books haven't seen that book come to auction in a decade or more. So when you have Golden Age or maybe some Silver Age and you put this stuff at an auction, this stuff might actually outperform what you were expecting because of how gosh darn scarce it is. And people always buy the Golden Age. It is, after all, the era of comics that is where the money's at. Let's be honest. It far exceeds my expectations. It's been doing really well. And the most important thing about this one auction a day, if you have one auction a day, not multiple, not 20, not 15, not even 5, just one a day will get eyes on all your other stuff. Now, the second thing I will do, because let's face it, I don't have limitless amounts of Golden Age at my disposal, is the good stuff. So if you have the high dollar value stuff, try it out at the dollar auction start. I will tell you in a moment what I think you should avoid with the dollar auction, but what you should try is the big stuff. I have right now a Conan #1. I have a Luke Cage #1. These are books I paid high for, so I don't want to gamble. But these books that are big, everybody wants bona fide keys like this stuff. And I'm finding that when you put these books that everybody wants, it tends to land right about what it's supposed to go for pretty much every single time. It's kind of funny. There's books I've had for months and months and months listed at like $200, and I just say, screw it, and I put it at $1 start, and it sells for $200. So I'm going to repeat here. It's got to be either scarce stuff that there aren't many copies that are known to exist. Best example is going to be the Golden Age, or the really good stuff. Now, this could be the most important thing. What you don't want to put at $1 auction start is anything that you can find. So if it's really nice 9.8s of 90s and 80s, I really would avoid putting the like $50 to $200 9.8 stuff, like random 80s and 90s keys that have a nice little value. If you can go elsewhere on eBay or my comic shop or wherever and comic cons and you can find this stuff, that's not the right stuff to be putting at $1 auction start. That's the type of stuff that is usually a Hail Mary and it ends up selling for like 40% less than what you're hoping to get. And the reason is that stuff exists. There are 9.8s of those books out there. Like I would never put let's give you an example. I would never put a 9.8 of the first appearance of Punchline up for auction. I just wouldn't do it. A lot of people have that 9.8. That would probably underperform. But I also, let's take it to the 80s, I would never put a 9.8 of the first appearance of Infinity Inc. either up. That would probably underperform too, because the 80s books are quite common, guys, even 9.8s. So if you're gonna do this one a day, it's gotta be scarce things or it's gotta be really good stuff. And I have to do a voiceover at this part because I forgot to mention this when I was doing it. But if you're putting up your best books at these $1 auction starts, not only is that the stuff that's actually gonna reach the fair market value, but you're also recouping that money quickly, and that's money you can put right back into other things, and you can keep this process going and you can actually start some real growth. Seems like such a risk, but since I started doing this, not only are these auctions ending and even sometimes exceeding what I'm expecting them to do, all my other inventory is now getting more eyes on it, and sometimes books I've had for 4, 5, 6 months are starting to sell because they're seeing these auctions, and maybe they want to win an auction and then grab another book to get everything in one box. It's this double whammy of one auction a day and staggering your posts to do about 10 every 3 days that has just been blowing my eBay up. For the last few weeks, my eBay has just been performing so well, probably the best it ever has in the time I've ever had on eBay. And my eBay page has existed since 2016. So this is the best it's been since 2016. And this isn't even a particularly great market right now, and it's still doing quite well. So guys, if you have an eBay page and you're thinking about doing a little bit of this, I think this is where you're gonna see the best results. Now, you gotta understand with $1 auction starts with free shipping, that is a huge risk. Yeah, you might get an upset or two. I had one upset so far. But since it's been doing so well, I wanted to share the wealth, share the knowledge with you. If you can think of any other eBay hacks, well, drop them down below. Let's help each other out, and I'll see you at the next video. Keep on hunting. Make sure to come on down to Sentiment Depot's Antiques and Collectibles, located at 238 West Delaware Ave in Pennington, New Jersey. Find so many great books for just $1 and the lowest prices on key comics around. Enjoy a huge selection of graded comics priced up to 20% lower than current fair market value. We are open from Wednesday to Sunday, closed Monday, Tuesday. You got a collection you want to sell? Bring that too. Can't wait to see you there.